Welcome back. It's time for coins. I realized that I have never done a video on my silver stack. So today I wanted to kind of go and show you what I've been stacking over the years. And as I'm not mainly a silver stacker, I'm more of a coin collector. And as I've collected coins, I've also collected bullion and 90% silver coins. So some of these pieces have some sentimental value. Some of them I've been given from my family and friends, and some of them have I found in my change or during coin roll hunting. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. So the first coin I wanted to show you is this 1922 piece dollar. And this actually came from my grandma's coin collection. It was given to my mom. My mom actually got two of these. And my mom gave these, one to me and one to my sister. And so this is basically the first silver coin I have owned. And I put in a capsule to always remind me of which one it is, since I now have some more piece dollars that I've obtained. And I think it was last year for my birthday, my dad actually got me one of the piece dollars. So I have an array of coins that I've picked up at the coin shop. And this one's a V nickel, so it's not silver. But this one, the first coin shop I ever went to was Tipton's coin shop. And it was at Lancaster Mall in Salem, Oregon. And it has moved a couple times, but still running, and it's still in Salem. I've went there probably about 4 years ago, so it's been a while since I've been to that place, but it's where I first started getting into coins. And at the time, I didn't know much about what bullion was like and what coins, the whole coin hobby and the values of coin. And so I just picked up a couple little coins, and so yeah, I paid $3 for that back 25 years ago, probably around that time, 24 years ago. And then over the years, I've picked up other little pieces. This is Benjamin Franklin, 90% silver. And I thought that I really like this one because it has like the Liberty Bell on there with a crack. And I've, of course, picked up Walking Liberty. This is a really cool, this is this Standing Liberty right there. And so I picked that one up for $5, which is probably about what it's worth now. Back then it was worth a bit less. And this was at Tipton's coin shops. This is one of my first pieces here. Thought they were kind of cool. I thought, at the time, I was like, oh, $5, or seeing that price, I'm like, oh, why would I pay that much money for 25 cents? Now I kind of know a little bit more as far as like silver value goes for coins on there. There's another Benjamin Franklin in the AU version. I always keep these ones in this, that way I can, when I go to sell them when I'm old, they can kind of see that. That time I paid $15 for that. Today you have to pay, I think, around $17 for that, $18 probably. So this was quite a few years ago. So that's probably quite a bit more valuable today. It's super pretty coin. Here's one of my favorites. This is the old Barber quarter, 1908, and it's O mint mark. I don't remember when I bought this one, but yeah, I really like that. That's my only Barber quarter I have, and that's a really nice looking condition. Most times you'll see Barber quarters and they're kind of very faded and don't have a whole lot of detail on them. So this next piece I got from a coin shop in Sacramento, California, back about, oh, probably 3 years ago or so. But I was really looking into getting British coins. I like, I like UK coins. But I thought it would be kind of cool to have a British 3 pence. It's discolored, but this is silver coin. And there's your 50% silver there. I paid $1.50 for that guy. That's really cool. Look at 1934 3 pence coin. This one I actually picked up at the coin shop here, where I live. And they actually were selling little bags of 1 ounce of foreign silver at the time. So I still have the other coins in the bag for the 4 ounce of silver, with a little paper that talks about them. I thought this one was really cool because I did some little research on this guy, and this is a 10 centavos, I believe, and this was from the Philippines. And back when this thing was minted, was minted here in the United States. On here, the United States actually owned the Philippines at that time period in 1945, and so I wrote the little history on here, 10 cents, 1945, and U.S. owned the Philippines from 1898 to 1946, and in 1946 they decided to give the Philippines over to their own government and let them run their own country. So this is 0.42 ounces of silver, so not a whole lot, but very cool. And of course a bunch of these other ones are, it's really cool to kind of get foreign silver. Kind of unique, something you don't really see too often. Now moving on, we have another peace dollar, fair condition. $39 is what I'm not sure if I paid that one. Some of these coins, they have the price, so I actually paid a little bit less for them. But it looks like there's a little ding mark there. So I don't know if this would be considered silver value or what on there. But yeah, it's pretty nice. But I always keep them in the holder so that way, if they are a little bit more valuable, you can talk to the coin shop and they can give you a little more price than just the silver value, hopefully. And the next one here is an AU Morgan dollar, 1921, $35 is what they were asking. I think it probably paid about $33 probably for that one. And there's the back right there. It's really a very pretty coin right there. Of course, I do have another Morgan dollar, which is a little dirtier. But yeah, this isn't my first one. I actually had one, and somehow when I was living at home many years ago, I lost it. So then I bought this one to replace it. Yeah. I think the one I had before was 1980. The history of the Morgan dollar is interesting. The person who actually is on the Morgan dollar right here, the model for it was actually a school teacher, and if I remember right, she was getting paid, I think it was $80 a year, I believe, at that time. So it's interesting to see how the cost of what people made has changed over the years. This next one here is not a silver coin, but it is a very cool looking coin. And this is a 3-cent coin that was made back in the 1800s. And it's kind of cool because it has like a reef around it with the Roman numerals of 3. Yeah, 1872. And before I saw this, I didn't know that they actually made a 3-cent coin. So I went ahead and paid the money for this one. So I think I paid probably like $21 for this one at the time. And then here we have, I believe this is 40% ounce of, 40% silver. I could be wrong. Might be 80%. Yeah, probably more at 80%. And this is a Canadian coin. I saw this thing. I was like, oh, that looks really cool. I saw it at the coin shop, so I went ahead and picked it up. And that's what I do. You know, I don't stack coins or silver as much as an investment, but this is also an investment, of course. But I also look for the designs and try to see if they're something I like, rather than just buying a bunch of generic stuff that I don't really care for. And then, of course, here's a Mercury dime. And the Mercury dime actually was one of the first coins I actually saw that knew that it stood out. I actually had one of these Mercury dimes when I was a little kid, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. So I kept it safe and stuff. Didn't know it was silver. Of course, you're a kid, after a while you end up losing stuff. So somehow that coin disappeared in probably one of our moves. So these next coins I wanted to show you are a little more kind of a fun way to stack, I would say. So a lot of people will take the old, not the old ones, but the Silver State quarters, or even the America the Beautiful silver packs that they sell them in a 5-pack in a case for from the mint, and then people will break those coins out, and they end up at the coin shop, and they're really, really beautiful. They definitely they're a lot nicer looking than just the regular copper clad coins. So I just picked this one up just the other day, and this was Iowa. I thought that was a really pretty one right there. And then, of course, I have Rhode Island with the sailboat there on the bridge. This is a 2001. I do actually have a silver proof 2007 coin set. And here's one of the American the Beautiful coins. This is, it looks like, I think this is New Mexico. Yeah, New Mexico right there in 2012. And I thought that was just a little bit, I like how this is, I don't know, the silver just makes the design pop so much nicer on there. I like the frostiness on there. And of course, I usually put them in capsules because I don't want them to get dirty and stuff, or get scratches on there. And so this was also made in at the San Francisco Mint. This one right here is really, really pretty. Right there with the elk right there. The Olympic National Park up here in Washington. Yeah, it's the 2011. The 2011s are very hard to, feel like they're very hard to find, because I've went through many rolls trying to find all the Olympic National Park quarters, and I still have a few 2011 ones to find. And this is Acadia in 2012. This is in Maine. But yeah, that's a beautiful, beautiful quarter right there on the coast, and the lighthouse on the rocks. I think they did a lot better with the American the Beautiful National Park quarters than they did with the states. But they weren't as well publicized, I guess. So not a lot of people really know about them, even though they're in your change a lot. This is Duke Ellington. Yes, this is a district coin, District of Columbia. So. And then we have Michigan. It's just basically the state with the Great Lakes around there. 2004. You can always tell if it's silver. If you look down here and you see all silver, if it's has some copper looking thing in there, then you know it's not silver. And then next, a few coins are going to be just regular Washington quarters. And this one actually I found, I don't remember if I found this one in the till or if I found this one in the coin roll. And I think I found this one in the till. But this is a proof Washington quarter, and it's silver. And I think the backside is definitely the better side. It's really, really pretty. The front side has a small little discoloration right there, but other than that, it looks pretty nice. And then you have the 64, a very nice looking one. Yeah, some of these quarters actually picked up during coin roll hunting, and then of course in the till at work. That's a really nice looking one right there. Just really look at the cartwheel on that guy. Very nice. And of course I got 1936 and 57, a few others. So, yeah. And of course we have some more Mercury diamonds here, and I also picked up some other Eisenhowers, and you can see the difference. So this one right here on the side, this side is a proof Eisenhower 1963 versus a 1949 regular coin. And you can see the difference, how the proof ones look super nice and beautiful, shiny, no wear, and whereas this one has some wear on it and it's not as shiny. That's how it is. But yeah. So now kind of moving more towards the bullion aspect. This is a 2-ounce silver Queen's Beast completer coin, and this is very gorgeous. This actually came out, I saw this thing and I bought it, and there's like, yeah, the Queen's Beast series are really cool. I didn't know about them at the time. This is like 2021, so so yeah, so this is basically all the designs of all the other coins on them. So yeah, I picked that one up. That one actually bought at Tipton's coin shop in Salem, Oregon. So that was the last time I went there. And then over the time, I picked this one up at our coin shop. I got it for pretty much the price of spot at that time, maybe a couple bucks over. So that was pretty cool. And then I went to a coin show and I bought this one right here. And these are 2 ounces, so this one right here, well, the spot price of silver went up to 55, and now it's down about 47, 48 now. So this is basically about $100 coin right there, but with it might be a little bit more of a premium because it's also a collector piece also. So I think I've seen them online, going online for around 150, 120. So, and then we also have the three goddesses on there. This is from the UK Royal Mint. This is our, I got this off from AppMax. And I bought one with it and put it in a capsule. And so yes, this is the Royal Mint, 1 ounce, 4/9 fine silver. This is kind of like the first bars I've ever bought. I do have some other bars, but they're actually coins, but they're more expensive collector ones. So I thought these were really, really pretty, and so I picked these guys up. I wouldn't mind getting some more bars, but I feel like the coin shop I go to doesn't really do the bars like these ones that much. And you kind of have to really look into, I want nice looking ones. I don't want just some generic looking bar. So now I also have, you know, a bunch of Walking Liberty $half right here. These are basic just call ones, you know, basic silver value. This one right here, I'm thinking my dad got this for me for one of my birthdays. But this is a really pretty $half, and so they made commemorative $half that are a little bit more rare, and this is one of them. Yeah, this is. I wouldn't mind collecting more of these. So once in a while, if I see them in the coin shop, I might pick them up. There is a very rare one that's of Fort Vancouver. That I wouldn't mind checking. I've seen some fake ones of those, but I think it'd be kind of cool to pick those up if I ever had the money for those, and I found them. Yeah. And then of course I have a bunch of 40%. A bunch of 40% candied $half. So a lot of people don't really care for them, don't really want them, because they're only 40%. Plus, it's harder to melt them and extract the metal because there's not a whole lot there. So the refineries don't want them. And then of course I have a 1964 Kennedy, 90% silver. The only one that has 90% silver in it. My wife got me this around when we first year of marriage or so. Really enjoyed it. Pandas were really popular back then, and even before, and they're just very beautiful. Pandas have aren't as popular. You don't see them very much anymore. Mainly because they've gone away from 1 ounce of silver to, I don't remember what a smaller amount of it, and people kind of were upset, and after a few years they kind of lost their popularity. And then of course you have this Canadian 1/2 piece, and I thought that was really beautiful with the buffalo on there. Just absolutely gorgeous design. Canada makes some really pretty designs. The only thing I hate about Canada is this side. It's just, you have such a beautiful design. Why would you make a cartoon character of the Queen on there? I feel like that's a major insult. But yeah. Going along, I just wanted to show you this real fast too. And so this is the Queen's Beast. This is a 1/4 ounce gold coin. And this is this 1 ounce 2 ounce silver. So it's kind of cool to be able to see what the difference on there is and what they would look like in different colorations. Next we have, I have a bunch of tubes of Mercury dimes. And if you remember, I have quite a few videos out there where I'm doing some coin roll hunting. Well, not coin roll hunting, sorry. Silver Mercury dime hunting, where I go and buy a bunch of coins and then kind of look through them. I've been working on filling this Mercury dime album over the last few years. I still have quite a few more to go. It's definitely getting harder. I got all the 40s pretty much all taken care of. Work on 30s and 20s. And of course the infamous 1916 Denver, which I don't think I'll ever get, because that's going to be probably a $500-600 coin. And then we also have a few of the silver 40% Eisenhower dimes right here. I started collecting a bunch of the other dimes. So I got pretty much this thing all the way full. And I have the 1964 also, but they're in capsules. I didn't want to put them in here because they were 90% silver. But maybe someday I might end up putting some in there. And then, of course, this is my major stack of This is 52 ounces of silver. And these are really cool. So this is my generic round that I have. I thought it was kind of nice because it was Christmas. I wanted some Christmas coins at the time, and so this was a season greetings Christmas generic round, so it's not a coin, but it was kind of nice with a little snowman on there. And we have the Germanian Mint 1 ounce coins, and I think these are really, really pretty, very popular coins. And there's a little bit of a premium. What's really cool about the coin shop I go to, if I find them there, they usually they don't sell me them with the premium, so that's kind of nice. I found a few different coin shops that are give me a pretty good value for my buck. On there, that's really, really. I love that backside right there. That's awesome looking. And then of course here's I think the newest Germanian Mint one I have. I'm gonna need to look for some more. I love this series. This absolutely gorgeous coin series right there. They definitely do a great job. And they also have what's it called, antiqued versions of these too. And this is a kangaroo from Australia. Oh yeah. And there's it looks like a little bit of milk spotting up there. This is 2016, so this is before they perfected their milk spotting issues. But that was kind of cool. It's a little panther, it looks like. Yeah, really, really nice. Just picked this one up the other day. And we have Robin Hood right there. I found the Legends, Myth and Legends series. And here's another Germanian Mint coin right there. Very pretty coin. And 5 marks. Look at that like backdrop on there, behind there. Just really, really pretty. And here's King George and the Dragon. We have a Kookaburra, which I picked up recently. I really like that. I might pick up some more of these. These are really cool looking. This one's from Australia also. Australia makes the Perth Mint makes some really, really nice coins. And I have Walking Liberty half dollar. No, just joking. It's Walking Liberty. It's the Silver Eagle. And this is actually not this one here, but the Silver Eagles actually was the first bullion coins I got. That I thought they were the prettiest. I didn't really care for it. The other ones didn't look that great at the time, but now I've seen that the Britannias, the Britannias have really become really, really pretty now. And so I've been collecting more. I have more Britannias now than I do Silver Eagles. Plus, I usually get these for about $4 over spot, and these ones are $5 over spot. So I've been getting more of these than these, but I'll also pick up a couple of these too. And of course, you have the Canada Maple, which I don't stack much of them because I don't really care for. I like that design, but I don't really care for that. So. But I figured it'd be nice to have a few, and there's a little privy mark right there too, for a security feature. Here's a really cool looking one. This one is the Black Flag series. And I picked this one up. I was gonna do one every year because they always come out with one every year. And this is the only one I ended up picking up. So this one does give a little bit more of a premium to pick up. I think I paid like $45 at the time, and the silver price was around like 22, 23 per ounce or something like that at that time, maybe 25. So yeah, definitely worth more than what I paid for it now. But, yeah, some Tuvalu. Here's a kind of a cool looking one. This is from St. Helena, and that's a really pretty one. So yeah, I picked that one up back end of August, I think. I paid around like $38, $39 for that guy. So the price was around 37, I think, at that time, 36 or 37. And here's another little bit higher value silver, Hades God on there. I thought that was kind of cool. They have a bunch of really cool coin series out there to pick up. So yeah, definitely when you go to coin stacking, look for some really cool looking coins. Don't just go, I mean, I have a bunch of these guys too. Just don't go for picking up the same thing over and over and over again. Get some variety, get some really cool stuff. And I would say, you know, yeah, you can do investment on Bullion for it, but I think it's a lot more fun when you also start collecting coins. That is my silver stack. It's about 100 ounces of silver that I own. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.